What's up, everybody? This is Sean.
This is Alan.
And this is Inside the Square, the Wrestling Podcast, coming at you bi-weekly from sunny St. Mary's, California, Maryland. What's good, Big Daddy?
Money in the Bank.
Money in the Bank. Who you got, player?
Man, I got the Usos.
For Money in the Bank?
No, like the Usos versus Solo Sikoa and Roman Reigns.
Oh, okay, that's a good segue. So who you got? You got the Usos beating Roman and Solo?
I actually do.
I do too.
Because I do not like Roman Reigns. You know me. I've been hating on Roman Reigns for 3 years now.
Yeah, you be hating on him, but you go to the show and you pull out We the Ones.
Only for Solo, not for Roman.
Player, you inconsistent on that. You inconsistent. You like Roman Reigns. You like the Bloodline.
I only like the Usos and Solo, but not Roman Reigns because he's just bad. That's the only thing I have to say.
I don't know, man. One of us has a Bloodlines T-shirt with Roman Reigns on it, and that person's not me. I wonder who it is.
Me.
Okay, I was just checking. I didn't know. But yeah, I think the Usos should win that match too. I think it help put them over again as like the preeminent tag team in WWE.
I want to see them go for a title run again, in my opinion.
I agree. I think the Usos along with New Day are two of the best tag teams WWE has ever had.
Their rivalry was the longest one we ever had.
Well, they put asses in seats and they sell merchandise.
Yeah.
Period.
They sell more merch than Roman Reigns.
I don't know about that. You know, that's kind of like a guess. You don't know because you're not looking at the analytics and the sales. You know, that's something we're not privy to because that's a private company. But I think that they're in a prime spot to ascend back to the top of the tag team division.
I think they're future Hall of Famers.
Of course they are.
100%.
Those dudes are special. I was watching a match with their dad, with Rikishi, and the Big Show wrestling some people, and I was stunned at how, Rikishi was a big dude. Is a big dude. He's a large human being, but that dude could really move in the ring.
He can really wrestle.
He could really wrestle, too. I mean, all the Samoans can wrestle, but that dude could really go. I always wonder why he never got a push to the top. I mean, I think the biggest belt he ever won was the Intercontinental belt.
Yeah, that was it.
Yeah, but that dude was a really good wrestler, man.
Amazing wrestler, actually.
Really nimble on his feet, as most of Samoans are. Really strong. He could go into those moves just as quick as Solo goes into his moves.
Yeah.
He was just that fast, but bigger.
Like, Solo was so fast that no one cannot catch him.
The dude he executes his moves very fluidly, too.
Yeah, Solo deserves a push, in my opinion.
Yeah, but we'll see, man. It's interesting, like I said, that they put Solo at the top or the bottom of the card, no matter where you look at it. He's a star.
He puts on really good matches.
So I'm curious to see how the Usos and he interact in the future. But for right now, for Roman and Solo versus the Usos, I got the Usos.
I got the Usos too.
Now, for the actual Money in the Bank match, I got LA Knight.
LA Knight.
LA Knight all the way. Dude is special. Great mic skills. Great wrestler.
And a great pop.
Great pop. I said this a while ago. He should have never been in NXT.
No, he was too over in NXT.
The dude is too... What reason I say he should have never been in NXT? He's too polished. He's too good of a heel.
He's too popular.
And he's too popular. The dude he already has a fan base. He was the NWA heavyweight champion.
For a long time.
For a long time. He's wrestled independent circuit his entire career. He's in his 30s. Dude is really talented. A good looking athlete too.
Amazing. LA Knight's a 10.
The dude is really special, and I hope they don't waste his pop. And and no matter what they try to do and bury him, he's always rose to the top because he's a good wrestler. Really good wrestler. And he put asses in seats. People come to see him. I always wonder why he started out NXT. What in his background say, well, he needs some work. No, he didn't. No. It showed when he wrestled on NXT. I told you, I said, this dude's really good.
Like when he wrestled Santos Escobar?
That dude showed out, but he's big. He's a big dude. Yeah. He's not like, Santos Escobar is I saw him in person. He's not very big.
No. He's a luchador.
He's a luchador. He's not very big.
No.
But,
he's like a cruiserweight.
But yeah, he's about 205.
Yeah.
205 live.
Yeah.
But, LA Knight put him over.
He did.
And I was like, man, this dude can really wrestle. Even if he don't win, he kind of make sure whoever he's wrestling looks amazing. He does the Dolph Ziggler thing, but I think he's a better wrestler than Dolph Ziggler.
Yeah.
I say it like that. He's a better wrestler than Dolph Ziggler.
Yeah.
Next up is Bianca Belair. What do you think about her?
She's actually amazing.
I think I've been hearing rumors, man.
She's going to turn heel someday.
She's going to do that big heel turn. I think
in 3 weeks.
I think she's going to interfere in that match between Asuka and Charlotte Flair.
I think she's going to cause Charlotte Flair the title.
I think so too.
Yeah.
I think her and the Street Profits are going to be some kind of faction. Kind of like
almost like
Judgment
the
Day.
Hurt Business.
Like Judgment Day.
Judgment Day. Judgment Day has been on a really good run so far.
I like Judgment Day. But I think Bianca heel turn because people forget she was a heel in NXT.
Yeah.
And she was a good heel.
Really good heel.
It was weird. She was so talented and she never won a belt in NXT.
No.
But she gets to the main roster and she's on fire.
Like she won the SmackDown Women's Championship and the Raw Women's Championship.
Yeah. And this is less than a couple years.
Yeah.
And she's top and bottom of the card. She's not a mid-card player.
No, she's not. She's a main eventer.
She's a person that either started off or ends it. She's that popular.
Like, she had a really good reign as Raw Women's Champion.
She's really good, man.
Yeah.
I think they'd be remiss if they didn't capitalize on her popularity and keep pushing her. Her and Rhea Ripley are the future of...
the WWE company.
Yeah. I say it. They're the future. They're what the future looks like.
Yeah.
They're very popular. They have male fans. They have female fans.
They sell more merch.
And they sell merch.
Yeah.
And they put asses in seats.
Yeah.
Period. It's going to be a big... When some of these contracts come up,
like next year.
Yeah. Like Becky Lynch, Charlotte Flair, Bayley, and all these in-between people.
They're going to renew their contract.
What I'm saying is, it's going to be some big decisions made because they're going to definitely keep Bianca and Rhea Ripley.
Yeah,
those are two.
That's who I would keep, in my opinion.
That's who you're going to keep.
Yeah,
but to keep them, are you going to have to back up the money truck?
I would back up the money truck.
I would back up the money truck too because if as much as you pay them, they'll bring in exponentially more than that.
Yeah,
because they're just that popular. I mean, if you look at the T-shirt sales, the belts, and all the other stuff, that's just a drop in the hat. When you start talking about real money, you're talking about the TV revenue.
Yeah.
You're talking about the gates at some of these events. Bruh, they bring in thousands of people just to see them. Not the mid-card male wrestlers, but the female wrestlers. That's who a lot of people going to see.
Just Rhea Ripley and Bianca Belair.
Rhea Ripley and Bianca Belair are two of the most popular wrestlers they got in the company. Period. Becky Lynch, way popular.
What about Asuka?
Very popular.
Yeah.
Even in country-ass Hampton Roads, Asuka got a huge pop.
And she deserves that title.
She deserves it. She's been at or near that championship level for a long time. Ever since she's been in the company.
A long time, yeah.
She should have never been in NXT either.
She was too popular.
Well, she was too good. She had already wrestled in New Japan Pro with their champion, Io Sky. Yeah. Same thing. Should have never been in NXT. They're just way too polished.
She was NXT Women's Champion for a long time.
She was New Japan Pro Wrestling champ.
For a long time.
You don't get those belts by being mid. You get those belts by being great.
Yeah.
And that's why I don't understand how their farm system works, man. Like, you got some of these people who are in the system who shouldn't be there.
No.
Shouldn't be there. Braun Breaker should have never been in NXT.
He was too popular.
What I'm saying, he's too good.
Yeah.
He's too good. Some of these dudes are just too good.
Really too good.
He's just way too good. Speaking about too good, Jade Cargill, her Goldberg streak just ended a few weeks ago. She lost her belt, her TBS championship, to Chris Statlander. What do you think of that?
I think it was a really good one.
You think it was a good decision for her to lose it?
Yeah, it was a really good decision. She had that streak for a long time.
Yeah, I agree with you. 100%. I think it was time. I think she was getting to an absurd level of plot armor. Or she can't be beaten. She can't be this. She can't be that.
Like, she always had plot armor 24/7.
And, you know, she's only been at it a couple years, but she's been killing it.
Yeah.
And I'll stand by this. I know I got some hate for it a few weeks ago. I still think she's rough in the ring.
Just a little too rough.
No, I mean, like, she's not as polished as someone like Jamie Hayter or someone like
Britt Baker
or even Ruby Soho.
Or Toni Storm.
I mean, they've been wrestling longer than her.
Yeah.
I mean, we can beat around the bush all day and say this and say that, but they've been wrestling longer than her, and they're a little bit more polished than she is.
Yeah, but she's still learning.
Yeah, but she's really good at even a learning phase.
Yeah, like Bryan Danielson trained her.
She looks the part. She goes in and she does the big moves that, you know. And like I said, I hate to compare her to Goldberg because Goldberg's a luminary in the sports entertainment, but Goldberg is not known to be a great technical wrestler.
Not at all.
He's not. He does big moves and he has good mic skills, but he's not known to be a good wrestler. And I hate to compare her to him because she's had a birthday. She's like 31.
Yeah.
She's really good at this stage in her career. I hope that
they're going to keep her for a long time.
You know what? I don't know if they're going to be able to keep her, man. I really think at some point, if they don't back up the money truck, she's going to be in WWE very soon.
Or NXT.
I don't think I would start her at NXT.
She would be really good in NXT.
I think she'd be really good on the main roster.
Yeah.
I really do. I really do. Because she, like I said, she looks the part. She has really good mic skills.
I want to see a feud with Jade Cargill versus Bianca Belair.
I would pay to see that.
Yeah.
I would pay to see that because Bianca Belair is more of a high flyer. She does stuff off the ropes like just amazing. And Jade Cargill's like a ground and pound. She's hard hitting.
Very hard hitting.
Hard hitting. But the thing about both of them, they're great athletes.
Amazing athletes, actually.
So yeah, that'd be like a dream match. I would like to see too. Jade Cargill, Bianca Belair.
That would be a money making match.
Man, I'd pay money to see that.
Yeah,
I would pay freaking money to see that. Moving on in AEW, Will Ospreay versus Kenny O. Who you got, player?
Kenny Omega all day.
I don't know, man. Ospreay he's from the UK. I don't know. I would take Kenny O. I like Kenny Omega.
Do you like Will Ospreay?
I do. I've seen a few of his matches. That dude's really good, man.
Really good.
He's really good. But I don't know if it's a bias thing, but I've watched Kenny Omega for the last few years. I'm like, man.
He was on a run to be devil.
How is this? Yes, he was. I'm like, how
like
is this dude
Kenny for belts.
How is he not in WWE? And, you start wondering that stuff, man. And it's just like.
He would get buried.
I don't know. I don't know anymore.
Just like Cody Rhodes did.
I think Cody, excuse the airplane, folks. We live next to an airport. I don't think Cody is buried. I think Cody is he's at the main event level. But the problem is Vince
McMahon.
I think Vince is the problem in this. I don't think it's him not being good enough. He's good enough to win the championship. He's been face of NWA before.
For a long time.
He's won NWA heavyweight championship, just like his dad did.
And AEW.
He's never been AEW heavyweight champion.
No.
But he was was it TV champ or he had some mid-card belt in AEW.
I think it was the TNA championship.
TNT,
yeah.
TNT. Yeah, he had some mid-card belt.
It was a pretty good mid-card belt.
Yeah. But I got Kenny Omega, man. I would have Kenny 4 belts win it too. The dude is and let me clear this up for you. Kenny Omega is one of the most popular wrestlers in the world. And he's probably the most popular wrestler not in WWE.
But in the indie circuit, he's real good.
Well, in any circuit, the dude really puts on a good match, good talker, and he's always in character.
You remember he was really good in Impact Wrestling?
Yes, he was.
They took over Impact Wrestling.
That dude is incredible, man.
A really good heel.
Speaking of good promos, did you see the promo MJF cut on Adam Cole?
That was amazing.
That was Adam Cole's promo and Karrion Kross.
Yeah.
And I was watching it. I was like, this is MJF is masterclass on how to be a heel.
Like, he's been AEW champion for 200 and some days.
MJF's a great wrestler, man.
Yeah.
But like I said, I don't know if his shtick would work in a company like WWE. And and apparently he don't want to go to WWE.
No, he don't. His contract's up till 2024.
That's next year.
That's January.
That's next year.
Yeah.
I like MJF. The dude, this promo was just watch it, Google it, put it on YouTube.
I saw that promo.
It's almost word for word.
Good.
It's so good. It's so good. Speaking of indie circuit, Ring of Honor, Athena. What do you think of her run right now?
Amazing.
Alan and his amazing. Alan loves the word amazing. I like Athena's run.
She's gonna have for 200 some days.
She's special, man.
Yeah, she deserves this run, in my opinion.
Why do you think WWE was not able to utilize her right?
Because, dang, it's a tough one.
I don't know, man. I think it was marketing, and then also I think some of it was bias because she was NXT Women's Champion for a while.
Yeah,
and she was relatively very popular.
And she lost to Shayna Baszler.
She beat Baszler once.
Well, not twice.
No, I take that back. She beat her more than twice.
Well, only once.
She beat her on TV twice.
Yeah.
We don't know about the dark shows, but I know on TV she beat her twice, and the last time she got tapped out.
Or passed out.
Passed out. Well, tapped out, passed out. She lost.
Yeah, like really clean.
Yeah, and it was a really good match.
Yeah, and Shayna Baszler showed out.
Shayna Baszler should be... I know we just started talking about Athena. I think Baszler should be at the top of the women's card, man.
Maybe against Rhea Ripley?
I don't know. I think she's special, but at the same time, I know she's not as she will never be as popular as Rhea Ripley.
Yeah, that would be a tough one.
She will never be as popular as Rhea Ripley or Bianca Belair or Becky Lynch.
Yeah, that's a tough one. And Bayley.
I don't know, man. I think the Baszler is like a real heel.
Real heel.
She is really competent on the mat too. She's a really good wrestler.
Yeah.
Really good wrestler. But I think her mic skills are not
up there.
I don't know if she has a problem like identifying with the crowd or the audience or something like that. I don't know. I don't know if it's the MMA thing, but I know like she's a really good wrestler, and she comes off as a really good heel.
Yeah,
it's just I don't know if it'll translate well to being like an independent star outside of someone else. Because right now Rousey is like the talker in that tag team.
Yeah,
she's the talker. She cuts the promos. So if you can't separate her from a talker type manager / partner, is she going to be a good competent champion solo? I don't know. I don't know the answer to that.
I would just turn on Ronda Rousey if I were you.
I think that'd be a good thing to do for her character.
Yeah,
to turn on Ronda Rousey, but that'd be hard to watch.
Real hard.
The reason I say it'd be real hard to watch because they're friends in real life.
But they would agree to it to do it.
Rousey is the one who brought her into wrestling from MMA.
Yeah.
Because, I remember both of those are MMA people. Rousey is one of the most popular UFC fighters ever.
Ever.
And Baszler was a really good MMA fighter.
She was real good.
I don't know what her record was, but I know she had a winning record. And she could fight. So I'm not sure, man. I don't know what the answer is with Baszler, but I do believe that she should at some point have a run at one of the belts.
Maybe against Rhea Ripley?
I just don't think she'd win against Ripley because you'd have to take the belt off of Mommy, and Mommy is popular, man.
Yeah.
She's popular. Let's not beat around the bush.
Really popular.
She's popular. She moves the needle.
Like Dominic getting booed at for no reason.
Dominic get booed at for any reason. He breathed a booing. And it's funny.
That makes no sense.
It makes a lot of sense. He's top heel.
I feel bad for Dominic because he has to be put through a lot with this crowd.
He's a top heel right now, man. You gotta run it while you can run it. What about Gunther? You think he's the greatest Intercontinental Champion ever?
Yes. 100% yes. He defends it every week.
He does. I ain't gonna lie to you. That dude, I was not on board with the Gunther Walter train.
But it worked.
But it works.
It worked.
That stuff works. The dude is good. He's a good talker. He's top heel.
He's almost good at mic skills, but he's learning.
No. I think he's great at mic skills.
Yeah.
I think Imperium is really good. He has his own stable.
I think Imperium should win one of those belts from Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens.
I do too.
Yeah.
I'm glad we're thinking of the same thing. I think Imperium is due for a title run on the main roster.
Their title run in NXT was really good too.
They're really competent wrestlers.
Yeah. They're real wrestlers.
They're real wrestlers. And they talk good, mad, crazy stuff at people. Even the crowd. They talk crazy at the crowd. And I was like, oh my God, these dudes are really good. Not only really good, they're fun to watch. Because they're everywhere.
Everywhere.
And they're good off the ropes. They're good.
You remember they had a really huge pop in Hampton, Virginia?
Yeah, it was wild, man. It was wild. And the dude, Gunther, is just a really talented wrestler.
I think he's a future heavyweight champion.
I think he's going to be heavyweight champion one day, too.
Maybe against Seth Rollins.
I could see it. I definitely could see it.
I think Triple H is going to pull the trigger next year.
It'd be interesting to watch.
Yeah.
Interesting to watch. We're going to close it out by talking about Braun Breaker versus Seth freaking Rollins. Who you got, player?
Seth Rollins.
I got Seth Rollins, too. And the only reason I got Seth Rollins is because he's a champion. Breaker is new. I don't think they would put a belt on Seth freaking Rollins to make him a transitional champion.
It would not make no sense.
It would make no sense to me either. I really think that Breaker is the future. I think he's special.
Really special.
I think they had to get the belt off of him and give it to someone new, like Carmelo Hayes.
Carmelo Hayes?
Breaker.
They
had to give the belt off Breaker.
Yeah.
And give it to someone like Carmelo Hayes, because if they didn't, they'd have to keep Breaker as champion for years.
Yeah. How long Carmelo Hayes been NXT champion for? I think 80 days now?
Yeah, not quite 100 days yet.
No, not yet.
Not quite 100 days yet.
I think he's going to reach to the 400 and some days.
I don't know. I don't think so. I think Breaker and him are probably going to go to the main roster soon
and win one mid-card belt.
I think Breaker is going to win a mid-card belt, but I think Hayes is going to go to a new Hurt Business.
Maybe the Intercontinental Championship.
I think Hayes is going to go be part of a new Hurt Business.
Yeah. With Cedric Alexander and Shelton Benjamin.
Yeah, and almost.
That would be really good.
That'd be really good. But I think that Breaker is going to be champion one day. He gives off the Scott Steiner vibes.
Not right now.
Not right now, but he gives off Scott Steiner vibes. The
really good promos.
He talks mad shit at people throughout, and his promos are really, really good.
He had a really good match with Carmelo Hayes.
To me, he's a better wrestler than Carmelo Hayes.
He always has plot armor.
Carmelo Hayes has plot armor. He's not very big.
Nah.
He's not very big. And if you look at some of the moves and stuff that they do, Hayes is probably as good an athlete as anybody you've ever seen. But Breaker is that too, but bigger.
Yeah.
But bigger. We're better.
Moonsault.
The dude can do any kind of move you can think of.
Even that spear.
Yeah. He can do any kind of athletic move you can think of. He has good amateur wrestling. You can see it in his moves.
Yeah.
In his grappling. And he's really good at mic skills. And he's a good-looking athlete.
I think Triple H should push him in the main roster.
I think people look past some of these other intangibles and go straight to he's a good-looking athlete. But if you look at all stuff he can do in the ring, he's really special.
Really special.
He's really special. Like I said, I don't think he's going to beat Rollins because Rollins he doesn't fit the idea of a transitional champion.
No, he doesn't.
But I do think he's going to really, this is going to be his coming out party. I really believe that. You got anything else, big buddy?
Roman Reigns better lose that new title.
We about to see, man. I don't think so. But, next time I'll see you down the road.
Bye.